Hi Sheila, how are you doing?
Hi Dane, and welcome to the Banana Art Studio. I am delighted you're here with me.
Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to our virtual audience for joining us as well. The gentleman taking me today is Dane Simons. He is a photographer, a filmmaker, and a native of Delaware. That's right. Banana Art Studio is currently in the state of Delaware, and we are experiencing and enjoying a sunful afternoon. So I'd like to again say thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Sheila. I'm happy to be here today, and I'm hoping that you can tell me and the audience a little bit more about Banana Art Studio.
Well, I'd like to do that very much. The Banana Art Studio is an extension of the internet site, bananaart.com, Museum of Arts. It was created by me, and it is inspired by the extraordinary, sensational African-American dancer, Josephine Baker.
Sheila, tell us more about Banana Art Studio.
Well, I'd love to do that, Dane. The Banana Art Studio started taking shape from a visit I made to Harriet Beecher Stowe Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Stowe is the author of the influential anti-slavery novel Uncle Tom's Cabin. The writing of the novel changed the way Americans viewed slavery. It depicted the ugliness of slavery and it humanized the slave's condition. I was greatly impressed with all that I had seen there. But what really impacted was how her work has had a lasting impact on issues related to today. And so after visiting the center, I began to consider how my work could activate curiosity, not so much in the work itself, but in topics related to the work. Science, dance, its creation, and technology. Early African Americans in musical theater, and now. It's been more than 7 years since I began this art project. And I am as excited about it as I was when I first went online. And therefore, I move forward with great enthusiasm. The work I am doing will highlight how the computer, digital photography, multimedia have provided the tools and the technology to today's art world to expand without limit their creative visions. The studio is currently featuring my artwork, my digital artwork, of a few of the awesome early African American performers.
Who are the some of these performers that you use in your work?
Well, one is the dynamic, sensational Josephine Baker, and the other is the legendary Hollywood star Bill Robinson, better known as Bojangles. It is a reminder and an honor of their talents, their commitment, and their devotion, plus their love to us and to the world of entertainment.
Sheila, tell me about your beginnings as a designer.
Why, thank you for asking, Dane. My designing career began over a decade ago. I was exploring and experimenting with fabric design, graphic motifs, when I saw this remarkable, unique, wonderful poster of Josephine Baker in a banana costume by Paul Cullen. I was amazed. The poster is truly beautiful. And so I began to design and think of themes based upon this dancer. Here we see this beautiful, feminine, graceful dancer. Her folded body, arms and legs are extended as if she's taking flight. The background is bright, as if the sun is present, although there's no reflection or shadows. She is nude except for the fruit, bananas that circle her hips and hide the most intimate parts of her body. That sounds all very reasonable and logical. We know the story of Josephine Baker and her exciting exotic dancing in famous banana costume. But for those of us who have never heard of her, nor know of her, this story is a myth. There's no indication of who she is or where she is. It's an allegory. So after seeing this poster, I flipped. I was very impressed. And I started to create themes and stories of the dancer.
I heard that you wrote a story.
That's right, Dean. I have written a children's story titled Banana Dancer. We are planning on doing it in animation and multimedia. But to continue, I then started elaborating and laying the dancer as if composing music for her. The results? Jane is 5 years of working with this one image, designing contemporary art accessories that are functional, utilitarian, and decorative. I have made one slight addition. I was careful not to diminish the beauty of the sketch. I had placed bananas in her hand. Therefore, when you see this dancer with bananas in her hand, you'll know that this is a variation of the original drawing by American artist Sheila.
Sheila, tell us about the art on the wall behind you.
Well, Dane, my artwork is inspired by dance, theater, and music. Jazz music. The work is created in a variety of artistic mediums: silkscreen, collage, multimedia, and photography. My focus has been on creating work from the archives of two very famous, legendary African-American entertainers, Josephine Baker and Bill Bojangles Robinson.
Great.
My art seeks to permeate a new interest in their enduring strength and their contributions to the world of art and culture. I have drawn upon and given emphasis to their dynamic personalities, their vivacious stage presence, and their fabulous theatrical careers, improvising on themes of cabaret, musical theater, musical comedy, music, mainly jazz music.
Okay.
I've titled the work Looking at Josephine Baker, A Contemporary View, and Portraits of Dance, starring Bill Bojangles Robinson. The artwork is vibrant, stimulating, contemporary art that pay tribute to these great entertainers.
Sheila, share some of the creation of this piece.
Okay, Dane, I love this piece, and it is so apropos for the story and the face of Josephine Baker. I've titled it, Let Me Entertain You. The artwork is reminiscent of the glamour and the glitter of the Parisian theater, inclusive of the performances, the songs she made popular in France and America. See how I've listed each song? There's Je d'Amour, which was her theme song, and she always sang that on every show. The artwork has been created with these key elements, printed on linen and highlighted with glitter and feathers. The background is a stunning reflection of the city skyline in spurs. Josephine's costumes and gowns were designed by some of the most important names in fashion, and it was noted she carried a jewel microphone, and her headdress was 10 feet tall with dazzling precious stones and jewels. So you see how I've created the pink and the blue feathers, and I put the stones on it, and the light is reflecting across her face, and then the background looks so neon. The skyscraper's all lit up, and then her name is attached right there. You can't really make out. It's so neon looking, but it says Josephine Baker.
Gotcha. I can see that, where it says Josephine Baker. I like how you've neoned her bodies to mimic the tall skyscrapers.
Yes.
It makes her bigger than life,
Yes,
like a
she's in
building.
the forefront of the...
And you can make out like a neon torso in neon buildings.
Yes.
Okay, let's go down to this other piece that I know is Josephine Baker as well, but completely different.
That's what I've loved about working with this. It's so impromptu, and it's one of a kind, and it shows her versatility. This one I titled Masks. The ritual of wearing costumes, and more especially the use of masks, have played a significant role in the development of cultural traditions throughout the world. More importantly, in Africa, Asia, and South America. This artwork expresses some of these primitive characteristics. My dancer appears as a symbol of an early primitive deity. The facial structure is lost in its decorative mass, and the body is symbolic of a temple or a pyramid that surrounds the deity, protecting it from danger. So we've seen glamorous Josephine, and we have now seen her as a primitive deity.
Great. Wow. Okay. And there's another piece up here that has a very kind of clown-like quality, you said?
Yes, it's reminiscent of the theater. And this piece is just one of a portion of another larger piece that I have done that attaches itself to this, but I only had room for this one. It is the circus, and it expresses Josephine's versatility, because many times Josephine had become the funny face, the oddball face. She learned that from her vaudeville days. And this piece, the circus, well, there's a saying that I like especially to go along with this piece, and it's from Mark Chagall. He says, "For me, a circus is a magical spectacle, passing and dissolving like a little whirl. A circus, a magical word, centuries-old entertainment parading before us, in which a tear, a smile, a gesture of an arm and a leg takes on the quality of great art." I love this face of Josephine. It's so different from her glamorous face.
That's very true. Right. Another interestingly framed piece is up here.
Oh, right. Well, this
And
is one of
seems
my...
a little kind of more grouped in color and has a trumpet theme to it.
That's right. Absolutely right. It's 3 trumpets, as a matter of fact. The 2 smaller ones at the bottom of the piece, and at the top is a larger trumpet. And they're all 3 trumpet players, and they are of the director of Lincoln Center's Jazz Orchestra, the impresario, the face of jazz, Wynton Marsalis. I like working with him very much because he has a very wonderful attitude that expresses his love for his music. And my work is similar in that it has jazz influences because it's very impromptu. And as you know, jazz musicians play jazz music. Although some of the pieces are written, most of the time they improvise, they talk to one another, and they solo. So I associate a lot of my artwork with jazz influence.
It's very understandable. I like jazz too. It's inspiring to listen to, especially when there are improvisations happening, which is what I certainly see in this piece, with multiple layers of images. I know this is Bojangles.
Oh yeah, that's a real cool piece. It is from a photograph, one of his more famous photographs. And what I've done is I've taken and I've layered it. I have him looking at himself as a part of the audience, and then he's looking at himself dancing. And he is about to take off into one of his more complicated copacetic steps. And you see where his eyes have caught himself dancing right on the legs. So it has that 2- and 3-dimensional quality to it. I just love it. He was such an inspiring person, such a humanitarian. As a matter of fact, 2 songs were written about him, Dane. One, Mr. Bojangles, and the other one, Bojangles of Harlem.
That's true.
Very, very popular songs that sold, guess what? Over $1 million.
Okay.
He was quite a character that inspired quite a famous tap dancer. And he was a Hollywood star. And we're talking about people way back in the early theater.
Right. Definitely huge inspirations to all artists, whether musicians or imagists or photographers or cinematographers. So I can understand the inspiration that you got from all of these artists.
Yes.
Thanks for talking about your studio today and letting me hear about your artwork. And it's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Again, I would like to say thank you for joining me here at the Banana Art Studio. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. I look forward to seeing you. My website address is www.geocities.com/Sheila10011@yahoo.com. I would love to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you again. And see you soon. Au revoir.